I really appreciate everything that Housing in Action offers and gives. The opportunity is a beautiful opportunity. The people, beautiful people. The hearts these people carry, humongous. All right. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity and thank Housing in Action for having me tonight. It's definitely an honor and a privilege for me. Where do I start? I want to tell you a story about a 7-year-old's dream. A 7-year-old's dream. He dreamed he was mowing his grass in his big yard around his big white house with his 2 dogs, with his 2 vehicles, and the house was wrapped with a white picket fence. His grill is cooking because you can see the smoke. You can smell it. It's definitely ribs and hot dogs. His 2 kids are playing with no regards to the heat of the day. His wife is enjoying watching her family, taking life by the hands from the shade of their porch. The lawnmower runs out of gas when he has 1/4 of the yard left to cut. I wake up. I'm 10 years old, and I see my mom struggling. She's stressed out, and she's alone. She's just been laid off from her job. And she's been struggling to try to feed her kids and keep this house over our head. Hi again, I'm Damian. I was that 7-year-old boy. My mom lost her job back in Gary, Indiana when she worked at the steel mill. It was devastating to me and my family. My mom enjoyed that job. My mom looked up to that job, and my mom seen success in that job. My mom enjoyed that job so much, my mom went out and purchased some ink pens, and she put her name on it along with all her children. She bought a big old box of those pens. And then she found out she got laid off. I'm the second oldest of 4. I can remember that time vividly. My mom was hurting. My mom had dreams. Being in Gary, Indiana, there wasn't much to look forward to at the time. We ended up moving to Minnesota in 1984. My mom and the family was chasing the welfare system because it was much better here. Also, my grandfather got sick back in Gary. My grandma, she's originally from Minnesota. The healthcare here was much better too. So we moved him here so he can get better healthcare. We put him in the hospital over in South Minneapolis off of Chicago. It's called Mount Sinai. We went up there and visited my grandfather there until he passed away. We ended up being in Minnesota up until that point. One of our first places that we moved into was over in South Minneapolis off of 4th Avenue. We lived right across the street from Old Dutch. We ate barrels of potato chips all the time. We enjoyed living there, but it was an apartment building. A couple of years later, we moved over in North Minneapolis. We thought we hit big time. We had a 4-bedroom place. The townhome was made of brick. It was right off of 8th and Olsen. A lot of people called it the projects. We called it home. It was right by KMOJ. We enjoyed that place. We had a front door and a back door. That was something we didn't have back in Gary. We all had our own room. That was something we didn't have back in Gary. We had 3 levels. There was an upstairs, a main floor, and there was a basement. That was another thing we never had back in Gary, Indiana. We really appreciated what people called the projects, we called home. they tore them down. Well, I grew up, and my mom, she got a little older, and she had to move into her own, and I had to move into my own place after having children. Paying child support, trying to work, go to school, and raise kids was not easy for a young guy like myself. I needed affordable housing. I couldn't just get a house. I couldn't just get an apartment. Even the apartments at the time were too expensive for a guy like me on the budget I was on. So I moved over into public housing and had my first home. It was right over south off of Franklin Avenue. It was the 15th floor of an apartment building. I used to call it my penthouse. Some of the people in the building was only paying $25 a month. But because I had a job, my rent was like $250 a month. I didn't think that was fair. It was part of the deal. And every time I got a raise at my job, my rent would go up. So I suffered a lot over in that place, so I had to move again. I belong to a program called the Father Project. I've been there a little more than 17 years. Being at the Father Project, you run into a lot of opportunities. And a lot of people come through the Father Project knowing what the Father Project does and provides. There was this person that came there to meet the group of men that I was with, and his name was John. John was a member of Urban Homeworks at the time. John spoke to us about the affordable housing Urban Homework provided, and there was a few of us that went over and got us an apartment. I was able to get me an apartment over in North Minneapolis, right by North High. It was a nice apartment too. I had to share it with a couple of guys, but it was still ours. John was so nice that John would introduce us to everybody in the neighborhood. There were some people that I didn't even know lived in my neighborhood that John spoke about all the time. And then he finally took me over and introduced me to them. They call them the sisters in the hood. Some of the nicest ladies ever. They were welcoming, they were warm, and they were giving. And they always had their door open for people. And I just always seen people going up to their door. And then I finally got a chance to meet them because I'm a window cleaner, and they allowed me to clean their windows because they knew I needed cash. I made some good friends with them being a part of this program. So now it's Housing in Action, and I'm still there. One thing that I did like about the Urban Homeworks project when it was here, like they used to deliver baskets to your home on holidays, and it would have stuff in those baskets that you would definitely need in your place. And if you couldn't use it, you could gift it to somebody else. And those baskets always came right on time. I would run out of tissue. You know how bad tissue is. I would run out of paper towel. There would be pots and pans in there. There would be towels in there. And there was times where there was turkeys in there. There was gift cards. There was all kind of little items in there that I could use or either I could gift. And those things I call blessings. I really appreciated everything that Housing in Action now offers and gives. The opportunity is a beautiful opportunity. The people, beautiful people. The hearts these people carry, humongous. I don't know what more I could say, but it's all about affordable housing. I'm still on a budget. I'm still a dad. I still got to take care of my kids. I consider Northside a safe place. For me, I can deal with some of these things. I come from Gary, Indiana. It's kind of tough there. I see the things people go through. I know how people are. Give people a chance, though, people can change. I do know that for a fact. You just got to give them a chance. So to Housing in Action, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. And I'm looking forward to getting me a home through their program as well, same as Kara. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. Thank you, Housing in Action.